What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kevin Svenson here. Just want to talk a little bit about the price action here from a long-term perspective. If you guys watched my last video, I discussed the bullish case for Bitcoin, and I was talking about the insane similarities that we're seeing here on the chart for Bitcoin, and just the way that we're getting a spitting image of the end of the last bear cycle right now, and from a moving average perspective, right? And just like this last cycle, we came down to the 50 moving average here on the weekly. We bounced off of it and broke below it. Here we came down to the 50 moving average on the weekly. We bounced off of it and broke below it, held below it and broke down, hit that 200, held below it and broke down, hit that 200. The price action, of course, is different, for both of these cycles, but from a moving average perspective, the 50 simple, the 200 simple, we are getting a spitting image, guys. It's quite incredible. If you just, pull the chart over here, you can see we are in a stage much like this one right now, where we are hitting the 50 simple moving average, looking to pull back and test the 200 before rallying out of here long term. And right now, guys, I like to look at things realistically. And right now, seeing, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that we are coming to the end of a major market cycle. Bitcoin has historically ended bear markets in this way. But if you guys have been following me on Twitter, and, in the comment section and stuff, I was saying, guys, the last video I made showed the bullish case for Bitcoin, but I want to talk a little bit about the bearish case for Bitcoin and why it's possible that we actually won't be entering a bull market right here, right now, right? And of course, guys, for me, the validation of that macro trend resistance is that key signal that I'm looking for basically a macro trend signal, finding support on our macro trend resistance and bouncing out of here. That's what I'm looking for now. But for the bearish case, guys, it has less to do with technicals. Okay, right now the technicals tell us that we are repeating history very damn closely, and we are likely to repeat history, and that is now the most likely scenario, is that we are actually closing this market cycle, this bearish cycle, and ready to enter a new one. That is what the technicals suggest right now. Now, from a bearish perspective, the one main reason why I think lower lows could be put in still is from it's psychology, guys. The past few cycles Bitcoin has gone through, it was very misunderstood, it was just, Bitcoin was not very well understood in most of these cycles, and people didn't really understand what it was, yet they were buying it, right? People were FOMOing into these moves, having no idea, literally they had no idea what they were buying, but they were told that it was the next greatest thing and the next best thing, and they need to get involved, right? And it was very, very easy to fool the masses, right? Not fool, but, sort of, when we have these major moves, it's very easy to get the masses excited and to enter the market during a profit-taking area, right? So essentially what I'm trying to say is, from a psychological perspective, a lot of the last two major cycles were run by pure speculation, right? That is what drove both of these cycles. And now we're entering a time where there is actually potential uses for crypto for real within many different industries, and it's being figured out, and the technology is being fleshed out, and it's actually working. Many major institutions are beginning to use blockchain technology for data management and processing and all types of things like that. So, the last cycle was a speculative cycle, the ICO mania phase, right? The ignorance phase. People had no idea what Bitcoin was, but they were buying it. Now, I think it's going to be a lot less easy to sort of just convince the masses to hop in. And now I believe we're at a time where crypto actually needs to fulfill duties, and it actually needs to solve problems, and that will drive the next cycle. And I think we are actually on track to do so. But in my opinion, it's possible that this breakout is actually slightly premature. It's possible that it's slightly premature, and just because we're seeing some upside, I don't think the masses are just going to hop in the same way they did last time. I think they're going to be a little bit more skeptical this time, and I think from a psychological perspective, if crypto doesn't really fulfill its duties and solve problems and all those types of things, actually create real utility, if we can't get that anytime soon, I think it's quite possible that we do ride this macro trend resistance line to the downside for quite some time before this, as this industry matures. It's quite possible that we are right now in a premature breakout, and that this breakout was really just the market interpreting the last cycles and trying to go along with it, and it's not really based on any real. It's not based on real demand from a utility and a usage perspective. It's just, more speculative demand here, and that's also quite likely. And if that is the case, it's possible that we don't find the support we need to end this cycle and bust ourselves into a new bull market, right? It's quite possible that we are actually going to be maybe just trading sideways for a year, pulling back more, hitting lower lows, following this macro trend resistance line to the downside, and hitting that lower price channel around the, basically the $3,000 to $1,800 range, right? From a technical perspective, again, we're looking at the end of a market cycle, right? Just from a historical perspective, right? This would suggest we have maybe another dip left before we start getting some real bullish moves to the upside. But from a psychological perspective, we are in a different time, in a different place right now, psychologically, in terms of the industry and the technology and how people are seeing the technology. The thing is, it could actually be even more bullish now if people realize that the technology is actually useful. Things could become even more bullish than the last cycles, right? So for me, guys, right now, I'm not going to get too specific with, prices and be like, oh, we're going to hit this price by this time. I'm just saying that, it's quite possible that this is a premature breakout, and we still have this industry still needs to develop and mature, and we might not get to that market cycle, that confirmation at the end of the market cycle, and we might actually trade to lower lows. But again, technically, we are right on track to begin a bull market within the next few moves here. A few months really. But yeah, guys, I just want to sort of share this idea with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, I do have a Patreon. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. And I will talk to you all very soon.